So until now, in the previous session, we have come to know the different frequencies of the words and like how the exact distribution of the words within the text corpus associated with their POS tag, right? So we have like explored like how many of the words like which are ending with ing are actually belongs to or actually tagged with the word VBG, and how many of the words which are ending with like letters or uh, words that is end with ed belongs to the or tagged with the POS tag VBD. So now what we will do, we will jump into some more in-depth understanding of the corpus, that is like a more of a linguistic based approach, or a what we can also called as the grammatical nuances of the all the text corpus. So we will do this with a few steps or like few assumptions, that is in any given sentence or generally in any paragraph. So we will be having certain correlation between the words, agree or not, right? So there will be always certain correlation or there will be certain relation between the words before the set of words actually form a sentence, right? So let's say an example like Ram is running on the floor. So we got to know that Ram is running on the floor only after we are understanding the relationship between each and every word within the given sentence, and how each word is related to one another to make that complete sentence grammatically correct, right? So we will try to explore such relationships or general relationship that exist in any type of a sentence, right? So we will try to do that in this hands-on session. So the very first thing we will try to find out what fraction of adjectives, that is it is the POS tag for adjectives is JJ. Yeah, as I mentioned, we can also refer what does each POS tag refers to with this user command, that is nltk.help.append underscore tag list. So this will already show you what JJ means. So here you could clearly say see that JJ refers to adjective. It have another like a set of examples over here. So this is what adjective refers to. So what I am trying to do over in this step, like, so what fraction of adjectives are followed by a noun? So generally, there is an assumption in any given sentence. There is a higher probability that a noun would be generally preceded by a conjunction, like adjective, right? So generally, there is an association, like general assumption that there will be an association of adjective and a noun together. So like we will try to explore these kind of hidden relationship between the words in the given text corpus. So for that, what I am going to do at the very first step, I am going to create a list of all the tags. That is, I am picking out only the POS tag, and I am excluding these words. Okay, so I am just creating a bunch of or a list of tags that are available in the entire text corpus. The very next step, what I am trying to do over here would be I am filtering out only JJ tags. That is, I am filtering out only adjective tags from the given text corpus. So for that, what I am going to do, I am taking a for loop within the list comprehension. You could see that for T in tags, if T equals to JJ. So this is a filtering condition. So I have applied that. By this, I am going to filter out the tags, that is from this whole universal set of tags. I am going to filter out only adjectives. So I have created another list of only adjective tags. Okay. So next, in the next step, what I am trying to do, this is a very crucial step. Like as I mentioned, I am going to explore how what is the fraction of like words which where the adjective is followed by a noun. Okay. So for that, what I can do, I will go it in this fashion first. So I have created a list comprehension again. So for the very first step, what I'm going to do, I am taking a for loop. So I am taking a for loop with two variables, that is index and tag t. Say t. So for index comma t in the enumerate of tags, the this function enumerate, what it will do, it will convert the tags into index and a term. So it will directly convert each and every tag, or it will directly assign each and every tag with the particular index number. So in a given list, say there are five elements. So this enumerate will assign the index to each of that. So it will just create a list of elements along with their respective indexes. So this basically this enumerate would help us in doing this in a very neat fashion. So for this, I like within this for loop, I am going to I am iterating over this enumeration of the tags. In the further step, what I am going to do, I am taking a if condition over here. So in this if condition, I am filtering out whether that given tag within the entire list, whether that given tag is a adjective, and this is very important. So and the tags of that particular index. So what this term index captures, so suppose the iteration encounters the tag as jj, so this index term will capture the index of jj. So uh, I think you might be getting what I am trying to say. So as I enumerated over here, so the jj will be associated with certain index, right? So this tags of index plus 1. So what I am trying to refer over here is like whether I am checking the index of the j plus 1, that is suppose say I have encountered a j tag, and I am checking whether the next tag or the next positional tag is noun or not. So like thereby I am checking whether this condition, like whether a noun, like whether an adjective are followed by a noun, right? So soon after adjective, whether there is a noun or not. So that's what I am trying to checking over here with this for loop. So once I am filtering out with this condition by iterating on all the tags, finally I will be ending with a tuple over here, right? So the tuple will be generally consisting of a particular tag, that is jj. So and also tags of index plus 1. So tags of index plus 1 will basically capture the noun element, right? So the where that noun is actually present. Okay. So all those things, like I am going to create that as a tuple. So that I am going to associate with a variable called as jj underscore nn underscore tag. So it is clearly stating that out, like this list consists of jj which are followed by nouns, like adjectives which are followed by nouns. So now I have got a number of words which are actually followed by, like number of words which are tagged with adjective POS tag are followed by nouns. So I have got a very precise subset now, and I have also have a very generic subset, that is a set of all the adjectives, right? So adjective tags. Now by dividing the number of elements in the list of jj underscore nn with number of elements in the adjective tags will give us the fraction of adjectives that are actually followed by nouns. So this is what the entire procedure of calculating about the fraction of jj which are followed by nouns. So I am going to print the individual length or like size of the list over here first. So you could just clearly see that the number of adjective tags in the given text corpus is 5834, and within that 2611 elements are actually consisting where jj are followed by noun, like adjective tag is followed by a noun. So these many number of elements are actually followed by a noun, and these many numbers are actually adjectives. So by dividing this 2611 by 5834 will give us a fraction of this exact objective which we are looking for. So you could clearly see that I have done that in this step. So I have taken the length of individuals, so that is length of jj underscore nn underscore tags divided by length of jj tags. So finally I am going to end up with a fraction that is 44.75. So what does this indicate? We have to understand this here, right? So 44%, like in a given text corpus, there is a high chance of 44% that a word or a noun will be preceded by a adjective, right? So now we got an understanding, right? Like we had an assumption that in a given or in any general english sentence or a statement, we generally encounter a situation where a noun will be preceded by an adjective. So and we have also clearly seen a proof of that here. So in like a 44% indicates in a given text corpus this would be the scenario. So also you could clearly see that the number of adjectives tags versus the number of tags which are like adjectives which are actually followed by the noun. So you could clearly see that it is already exactly half of this, right? So like most of the cases these adjectives appear are seem to be appear before the noun. So by this we got an like another understanding on that text corpus, right? This is what an exploratory data analysis looks like, right? So we try to understand the text corpus more and more with our understanding. We try to clarify certain things. So that is what we tried by answering this question, that is what fraction of adjectives are followed by a noun. So I have also like done for many other assumptions. So one of such would be like what fraction of determinants, determinants in the sense the, so the tag or the word the comes under the category of determinants, so are actually followed by the noun. So there is a like another thumb rule or assumption in a given english statement, that is in any text corpus in any given english sentence, there is a high chance that a noun would also be preceded by a determinant. So whenever we try to refer a noun, especially the proper nouns, we try to preside or attach a determinant before the proper nouns, if I am not wrong, right? So we have a like rule where we generally attach this determinant before the noun, say the Himalayans, yeah. So these kind of assumptions we already made, or the rules are already made within the linguistics. So I am going to try that uh, in this step. So the procedure remains same. So I will first filter out all the determinants in one list, and I will try to filter out all the tags or all the determinant tags which are actually present just before a noun. So the condition actually remains the same as a previous step. We could see that the condition actually remains the same in both the cases, but only thing I am going to check over here whether there is a determinant tag before a noun in the given set of text corpus. So I have taken that, and I have also trying to print that over here, the size of each list. And when I try to see the fraction of that, you could clearly see that there is a high chance of appearance of a determinant before a noun than a appearance of a adjective before a noun. So clearly you could see that, right? So there is a 47 percentage of chances that a determinant would appear before a noun than appearance of a adjective before a noun. So by this we can come to a conclusion that in the given text corpus there are sentences where there is a high chances of occurrence of a determinant before any noun, which also indicates there are certain, like there are more sentences where they are trying to refer proper noun, right? So that is what we are trying to see it over here. So by this we understood like some more in depth about the text corpus, right? And we will also have like another look on one more thumb rule or the condition in any given text corpus, that is the appearances of the models. Models, what does these models indicates? I will just show it over the example as well. See, huh. So model is an auxiliary verb. So it is a form of verb, but it appears exactly before a verb. So just like a determinant for a noun, this is for verb. Okay, so the model is a something or a auxiliary word that appears just before a verb. So in any statement where there is an action term or action word, there is high chances that these model verb like model words appear before the verb. So I could clearly see that example of those as well. See, you can, cannot, could, couldn't, dare, may, might. So these things might actually or generally appear before any kind of a verb. Like the verb may be in any tense, right? So past, present, future, anything, but there is a high chance that these model auxiliary words appear before the verbs. So this is another thumb rule or a generic condition. So let's check that whether this is true in our current text corpus as well. So the procedure in here remains same again. So I am taking the list of tags which are tagged with MD, that is model. Then I am going to create another list where it refers to the encountering of a verb uh, previous to or preceded by a modal verb, auxiliary verb. Okay, so I have taken those two lists and I'm going to print that. So you could clearly see that there are 972 words which are tagged with verb, and there are out of that 756 words are actually where a verb is actually preceded by a modal verb. So when I take a fraction on or like by dividing this 756 by 927, you could clearly see that the percentage is whooping 81.5%. So the assumption is very much true, right? So it is highly true that a verb or whenever a verb appears in a given sentence, it is generally preceded or backed up by a auxiliary verb. So what we understood by these three steps, like we try to get out some more correlation between the words. So we in the previous steps or in the initial step, we just saw how each of the terms or how different words are actually distributed within the text corpus. But now what we saw, we try to analyze the relationship between each word. So how the words are distributed and how exactly these words while distribution, how these words are related to each other. So we try to understand those things by these three steps.